Good morning, students. Welcome you all in the lecture of mechanical vibrations. Today we are going to start a new topic, that is addition of harmonic motions, addition of harmonic motion or superimposition of harmonic motion. Okay, addition of harmonic motions means if we have two harmonic motions, then what will be the resultant of these two harmonic motions. Okay, in this topic we are having two cases. When case 1, we are having two cases. Case 1, when the omega 1 equal to omega 2 equal to omega, means let's say we are having two harmonic motions. Omega 1 is the natural frequency of first harmonic motion, omega 2 frequency of second harmonic motion. Means if we are having the same frequency of harmonic motions, that is case 1. In case 2, when omega 1 is not equal to omega 2, or we are having slight difference between omega 2 minus omega 1 is delta omega. We are having slight difference between the natural frequencies, that is the case number 2. Okay, case number 1, when we are having the same natural frequency of the harmonic motions, or the harmonic motions are having the same frequency. Okay, so we are going to start the case 1. Case 2 we will discuss in the next lecture. In case 1 we are having the same frequency. Okay, let's say the first harmonic motion. Okay, first harmonic motion we are taking x1 is equal to a1 sin omega t. X is equal to a1 sin omega t. And second harmonic motion we are taking a2 sin omega t plus 5. Okay, omega 1 corresponding to 1 is omega 2 corresponding to second frequency is again omega. Okay, so we have taken the first case when omega 1 equal to omega 2 equal to omega. Okay, when both the harmonic motions are having the same frequency, omega 1 equal to omega 2 equal to omega, then what will be the resultant? Okay, we can take phase angle here also, we can take phase angle here also, positive, negative. Okay, so we are taking a general case. So the resultant, addition means the resultant. Okay, so the resultant will be x is equal to resultant harmonic motion, will be x is equal to x1 plus x2, addition x1 plus x2, then x will be equal to x1 we are having a1 sin omega t plus a2 sin omega t plus 5. Okay, a1 sin omega t plus a2 sin omega t plus 5. Just we have added the two harmonic motions. Now we will open this sin omega t and we will separate out the coefficient of sin omega t and cos omega t. Okay, so x will be equal to a1 sin omega t plus, now open this one, a2 in bracket we are having sin a plus b, sin a cos b plus cos a sin b, then sin a cos b plus cos a and sin b, cos a and sin b, multiplication of a2. Now separate the coefficient of sin omega t. Okay. Now we are separating x will be equal to sin omega t. Then we will have a1 plus sin omega t and sin omega t. a2 cos phi multiplied by a1 there and a2 cos phi then multiplied by sin omega t plus cos omega t. Here we don't have cos omega t. a2 sin phi multiplied by cos omega t. So this is, we have formed the resultant in such a way that we have separated the coefficient of sin omega t and cos omega t. We can have any term, a1 cos omega t, we can have a2 cos omega t. Then again we will open these sin omega t and cos omega t in such a way that finally we will take the separate the coefficient of sin omega t and cos omega t. This is the one part. Okay. So now we have resultant in this form. This one. So now we are going to assume the resultant. Okay. So we have done this part. Forget this part. Then we are assuming that the resultant is equal to a sin omega t plus theta. The one property when omega 1 equal to omega 2 is equal to omega, one property is that the resultant is also having the same natural frequency. Means the resultant, if we are having omega, then resultant will also have the omega. So the frequency of the resultant harmonic motion will be same as in case of the separate one. Okay. So the resultant will be having the same frequency as the frequency of two components. Okay. So we have assumed that this is the resultant. This is the resultant. Okay. Equation 1 and this is the equation 2. Okay. So this is the resultant. Now we are just opening this part and taking the coefficient of sin omega t and cos omega t again. Opening this part, a sin a cos b plus cos a and sin b. Sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. Okay. Now if this is the resultant part, then what are the unknown quantities? Omega is the same. First unknown quantity is a. First we have to calculate the a. This is the unknown quantity. Second unknown quantity is theta. So we are having two unknown in case of the resultant. So we have to calculate the a. Omega will come from the basic equations and we have to calculate theta. So again we are separating the coefficient a cos theta into sin omega t plus a sin theta and cos omega t. A sin theta and cos omega t. Okay. So again we have converted. This is the resultant we have assumed. This one comes from the basic equation. We have assumed that the resultant is this one. So again we have converted our equation number, let's say 3. Equation number 3 in terms of the coefficient of sin omega t and cos omega t. Equation 3 is the resultant. Equation 2 is also the resultant. So now we are going to compare the coefficient of sin omega t and cos omega t. Okay. By comparing sin omega t and cos omega t, we will have two equations and we are having two unknowns, a and theta. With these help of two equations, we can calculate the two unknowns. We will have the unique solution. Okay. So by comparing from equation 2 and 3, comparing the coefficient of sin omega t and cos omega t. Here we have sin omega t is a cos theta. Here we have sin omega t coefficient a1 plus a2 cos phi, a1 plus a2 cos phi. Here we have a cos theta. Second one we are having a sin theta. Here we have coefficient of cos omega t, a2 sin phi, a2 sin phi, a2 sin phi. a1 we are having from basic equation, a2 we are having phi, we also have a2, we also have phi, we are also having. So the unknown are a and theta. Equation number, this is equation number 4 and 5. Equation number 4 and 5. So now we are going to solve equation number 4 and 5. Okay, to calculate the value of a and theta. For a square, first one, for solving this equation, 4 square plus equation 5 square. Okay, here we are having 4 square is a square cos square theta plus a square sin square theta. Left hand side, right hand side. Okay, so we are having a square addition cos square theta plus sin square theta, a square sin square theta equal to, we are having this one, this is a1 plus a2 cos phi whole square plus a2 sin phi whole square, a2 sin phi whole square. Okay, so from equation 4 and 5 we are going to solve for a and theta, so we are having this one, sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. So we will have a square will be equal to, open this one, a1 square plus a2 square cos square phi plus a2 square sin a square plus b square plus 2ab plus 2a1 a2 cos phi plus second one we are having a2 square sin square phi, a2 square cos square phi, a2 square sin square phi. We will have a2 square. So a square will be equal to a1 square plus a2 square plus 2a1 a2 cos phi, or we will have a will be equal to under root of a1 square plus a2 square plus 2a1 a2 cos phi. So we are having, now we are having the value of a, which is the unknown. First unknown a is the function of a1, a2 and phi, which we are already have in the basic equation. Okay, now for this is the first one. Now for we have to calculate the theta, and theta we can calculate by equation 5 by equation 4. Equation 5 by equation 4. We will have sin by cos tan theta. Here we will have a2 sin phi divided by a1 plus a2 cos phi. Okay, or we can calculate the value of theta, tan inverse a2 sin phi divided by a1 plus a2 cos phi, a1 plus a2 cos phi. Now we are having both the unknown a and theta. These unknown we are going to put here and we will have the resultant. Okay, so the basic method is first one we have to check if omega 1 is equal to omega 2. Okay, first we have to check in our basic equation omega 1 equal to omega 2. If omega 1 equal to omega 2, then the resultant will be in this form. Add the basic equation and separate the coefficients sin omega t and cos omega t. Then assume the resultant here in this form, where we have unknown a, omega will be same as of the basic equations, frequency and theta. Then we are going to compare the coefficient and we will have the value of a is the amplitude of vibration, and we will have the phase angle of the vibration. Okay, so this is the basic method. In numerical part also, again we will have sin form, cos form. We will separate the coefficient and will calculate the value of A and theta. So first one we have to judge that omega 1 equal to omega 2, okay, equal to omega 2, that equal to omega, then the resultant will be in this form, okay. If we don't have omega 1 equal to omega 2, then we will go for the second method, okay. In this topic we will have the numericals also. In the numerical we will have to follow the same procedure. We don't have to remember the formula. We will follow the procedure, same procedure. We will follow the same procedure and we will get the resultant, okay. So this is it for today. We will solve some numerical questions on this topic in the next lecture, okay. Thank you.